Style is your personal calling card. It's the visual representation of your character. It's birthed out of all the elements of your life. I'm so excited to sit and chat with my guest today. Let's get into it. I'm Woo, and this is Style and Tea. Hi guys, it's Woo. Welcome to episode 15 of Style and Tea, and I am here with my girl, Miss Toya Pinkney, but I call her T. She's amazing.
Hey guys. Hello.
I normally, go through wardrobe and pictures of people, but let me tell you about T. She's an amazing hairstylist here in the DMV. She also is a fashion influencer in her own right. She has the most amazing pieces in her wardrobe. Goes with her personality. One of my favorite outfits that she's worn that I've seen personally has been where you did like your military jacket.
Oh, okay.
We went to a party, guys, and she was dressed for the party. Military jacket. It was vintage, I believe.
Vintage.
She also had a hat to go with it, so it was like an admiral's hat. Dope style, dope personality.
Thank
you
you.
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, welcome to Style and Tea and all that jazz.
All right. Hey guys.
I just love to talk about style with my guests and friends and like just get into what makes us us.
Okay.
So my first question is, where are you from?
I'm from the District of Columbia. About to get stuck. I'm from DC, Washington DC, Southeast,
Okay.
Northeast, Northwest. Born and raised. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. So where did you spend most of your time?
Right up the street, actually, 15th and C, and then I migrated to Ward 8 in the Anacostia region.
Okay.
And now I'm back on this side. I spent a little time in the Shaw area in Northwest.
Good.
So
It's nice. You are well-rounded, well-versed in
Yeah.
DC culture. This is good. I don't think that there's anybody that's been on the show yet who actually has lived in various parts of the city.
Yeah.
At least they won't tell us. So
Okay.
that's good. What is one fashion influence that you've pulled from the city?
definitely urban chic wear. I love a good t-shirt.
Yes.
Some very nice fitted jeans, a comfy sneaker, and a red lip.
Yes. Very urban chic. I like
Yeah,
that.
very urban chic, to the point, comfy, and very cute.
That's cute. You could dress it up, dress it down.
Dress it down. Yep.
Build it up. That's good. You guys remember that. That's
Build it
staple
up.
pieces.
Staple
you need
pieces.
those.
Yes, you do.
So who was your fashion influence?
In DC, I would just say growing up in the 90s, I was able to pull from various people, from my uncle wearing nothing but suits.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had another uncle who wore nothing but sweatsuits.
Wow.
That's Sergio Tacchini, Elise kind of era. But really just being from the city and go-go.
Okay.
Going to the go-go, very young, I was able to pull fashion from everywhere.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You're also the first person that has brought up go-go
Oh, okay.
as an influence, which is good. Like being rooted in the city. Of course, a lot of the influence has been like hip hop culture, especially when we
Hip-hop.
think about the end of the 80s, the 90s. That was a very rich time for like fashion in
Sure.
general. So hip hop culture was prevalent, but you brought it home with the go-go scene. So what would you typically wear to the go-go?
Just what I said.
Jeans and a
T-shirt,
t-shirt.
jeans, sneakers. I mean, it came to a point like I guess going into the 2000s that I was like more heel driven.
Okay.
But like young teen, yeah, definitely tennis shoe vibe.
It was
a nice
comfy.
case twist.
Yes.
And because my feet were small, I kind of like I didn't get a chance to wear all of the popular shoes because they didn't come in small sizes.
True.
So just one of those things where I just had to kind of work with what I had. And I just kind of just navigated and rocked it my own self. Classic Reeboks, aerobic Reeboks, K-Swiss, Nike, different kind of Nikes and things like that. I love bold colors, so I did a lot of colors back in the day.
That's cute. So how did you transition? So we're talking the end of the 90s, you were in high school? Or?
End of the 90s, going into the 2000s. Yep, I came out of high school in 1999.
Okay.
So I was a teen mom, and I was trying to, dress for school, but still be a mom and dress my son. So it was like one of those times where you had to kind of figure it out, you know. And I was real young. I was like 17. So just trying to dress him hip and chic and urban, like an urban kid. Gymboree, Gap, Old Navy, those type of places. So it just,
I don't have children.
I grabbed from videos. I grabbed from just DC. I grabbed from it.
When I think about like the 90s and pretty much the 90s, like one of my style influencers was Misa Hilton.
Oh, Lord, love her.
And she, if you guys don't know Misa Hilton, you have to know her. She styled everybody in Bad Boy.
Everybody.
She probably styled more people than I really remember, but I know Bad Boy was essentially it. And so videos really did, guide me in a way that I don't even think I realized until now. Like you wanted to be flashy like Bad Boy, even though those suits weren't, I didn't like them, but you wanted to be that flashy. You wanted to be Little Kim. We can't lie. Like you wanted to dress provocatively sometimes. And so I appreciated those. Was Misa definitely one of your style influences on that scale?
Her and June Ambrose.
Oh my gosh, I love June.
Those were probably like my top two style influences from the 90s. But again, because I had to pull from different avenues of like clothing and stuff like that, DC was my core, but I still, sort out like the Lil' Kims and the Foxy Brown, that style growing of age.
Okay. So as a teen mom, I think in general, like motherhood has shown me, even though I'm not a mom, but I've seen it through other people's eyes, like mothers want to be a little conservative. A little. Sometimes they lose themselves. But you were a teen mom. So did you have a feeling during that time that you had to kind of like play the back in order to, dress your son in a better way?
Yeah, back then it was like, it went from go real hard to church. Okay. So I had that, I kind of went from go tight jeans, t-shirts to long skirts and Usher. Okay. That type of situation. But here's the thing, you gotta have a balance in everything. Yeah. And so I did play the back to be able to get, my son all the fresh shoes and things like that. But as you grow as a mother, as you grow in life, you understand the significance of, bargain shopping. And then I got into thrifting. I started going to the thrift stores and just learning how to like coordinate my pieces because I couldn't afford the real expensive and elaborate stuff until I got to a certain place. But even now, I still love the thrift stores. That's like one of my favorite places to be all day.
Thrift shopping has to be one of the most frustrating and rewarding things that I think I've ever gotten into. Like, love it. Whether you're fighting the grandmas, and y'all know y'all fight the grandmas, or you're just digging deep for something, or like going through the racks. Because you never know when you're going to find like vintage Christian Dior, or like a real good Gap jean, because I don't care what anybody says, Gap's still classic and I love it, even though their prices went up. So once you kind of cultivated your closet for during this period by thrifting, how did your style evolve?
It started to evolve when I got into corporate America, environment where the R&B and Klein and the Ann Taylor and the Lord and Taylor
Yes.
and the Express and the what was it, limited.
Yeah.
And because I was petite but I was very curvy, I had to mix and match
Yes.
my clothing to kind of make it fit. So one of the places that I used to love so much for business clothes was Dress Barn. They had the very
Really?
stretchy dress pants, but
Okay.
they sold petite sizes for my height,
Okay.
and I was able to get some stretch.
Okay.
So that was one of my favorite places to get my slacks. I could never go into Limited Express, Lord and Taylor, and find my a fitted size. And Marshalls. Marshalls was another place I could find. But that's how it evolved. Just seeing coworkers and just how they put their pieces together. It's like, oh, okay, this is a different kind of look.
Right.
So I had that urban look. Now I got this churchy look.
Right.
Then I'm going into the corporate look.
Right.
Yep.
That's cool. Okay, so when did you start doing hair?
You want the long story or you want the short story?
Give me the good story.
Okay. So, just to give you the backstory, before I even began doing hair, I was an assistant.
Okay.
I was a shampoo girl, and so the young lady who was a very good friend of mine, she was a hairstylist here in the DC area, very fashion forward and very up on the trends. But in 2006, she was murdered.
Oh my gosh.
So that was my kind of push to like push me into. So I kind of was thrust into it a little bit. And so months before her passing, we had this conversation, just sitting down, just like you and I. And she was telling me, like, you should start doing hair. But at this time, I'm like not even thinking about hair. I'm like, still working behind the desk and everything like that. And so, long and short, it was 17 days after my 25th birthday. I got the call that she was murdered, and it was like from that moment, it was like I started doing it. So maybe like 2 months later, I went to a salon with a really close friend, and the guy was looking for stylists. And so I just kind of like threw myself out there, but not really knowing, so here I am 13 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear about your friend. I know how, like those things really change us, they shape us, and then it depends on the person, how you go from there, so I understand that. But I'm also glad that kind of shaped your transition from just being an assistant to actually being a stylist on your own.
Stylist.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
So, what's one thing that your friend taught you, the friend that passed?
One of the things that Sean taught me was to go get it.
Okay.
Go get it. Like, she was really a go-getter, a die-hard hustler. And because I seen, I was raised in DC in the late 80s and the 90s.
Right.
I had a chance to see all of that. So I seen the go-getters and I seen the money. I seen it. So I kind of caught the tail end of the money. But just being influenced by her and seeing how much money she made and how she positioned herself in the salon as if she was on the street.
Okay.
And so that's what she taught me.
Okay.
To position yourself like you're in the streets. But then as I evolved and time went on and I developed myself personally and professionally, I was able to understand that I don't always have to survive.
True.
I can start developing myself to be able to strengthen my skill set to live. And so that's what she taught me. To really just go get it, hustle and grind. Yeah.
That is cool. I mean, I don't think that all inner city cities are places that breed and birth hustlers.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like, just a personal attachment because it's DC. I don't think we even realize just how many hustlers have been birthed. And
Oh
not,
yeah.
physical, not literal ones, but definitely just the idea of the hustle spirit from our clothing lines to our go-go bands, to Marion Barry, like
I mean,
just the
let's
hustle.
go on.
Yeah, like the list literally can go on, and it's amazing. Um, and we don't even think about that in entrepreneurship, just with like hairstylists or to now right wardrobe stylists or I'm trying to think of another.
Makeup artist.
Oh my gosh, makeup artists. Makeup artists are the world's best hustlers. They gonna beat your face, sell their products,
All
and
of that.
you need it all. So I don't think we really think about how the city shapes
Oh yeah.
the fact that we are a group of hustlers. Um,
And
that's cool.
we're government driven. Like a
Yes.
lot of people, a lot of people come to this town for the monuments and the White House and all that, and that's all good. But I need you to step behind the White House and really see what it looks like across that bridge,
I agree.
and see what it's like uptown, and what it's like in Southwest,
Right.
and really get the understanding of why we dress, why do we dance, why do we talk. It's a whole culture in itself.
Right.
Just like when you go to New Orleans, which
Whole
is one of my
culture.
which is one of my favorite cities. You can feel the pulse of the city. When
Right.
you go to New York, as soon as you get off 95, you can feel the pulse, and it's the same way in DC.
I
You
agree.
feel the pulse.
I agree. I don't think we really appreciate it that much. It might or could possibly be the generation behind us, who really didn't see like the time periods. Because I know the late 80s, early 90s, it was something to leave out the city and people be like, "You from DC?" It's like, yeah. How do you know that? Oh, it's not just your accent. It's the way you dress. It's
All
how
of
you
it.
carried yourself. And I realized that, like in the South and in the North,
Yep.
Southern people, well, we kind of Southern, but Southern people are different. Like they're like, oh, you dress like you're from the city. But like when people from New York are like,
They're
you
not
from
the
DC?
city. You from DC.
Like, how you know that? I'm proud of it. I love DC. What changed with your wardrobe when you became a full-fledged stylist?
All black.
Okay.
That's what changed it.
Okay.
Just being in the culture of just freelancing behind the scenes, you're always in black. Like that's just the standard color of a hairstylist or makeup artist. So you're always in black, and because my school required us to be in black, I really just dived in the thrift store maybe every week for a whole year, maybe every other week for a whole year.
Okay.
And I found some of my best pieces in black, and sometimes it's a little hard because you've been in that culture for so long to find color, and people are like, oh my God, you wore something other than black. But black is chic. You can wear it with anything, anywhere, anytime. And it's like the signature color for wherever I need to be. So if I don't need to put on color, I won't. But that's really how I evolved myself with just learning how to switch things up. Textures, patterns, just learning how to just mix and match pieces. So that's how I really evolved.
So how does your wardrobe intersect with your business? I mean, I feel like it's easier for a hairstylist, especially if you're following the industry standard of just black, to kind of incorporate versus somebody that works on Capitol Hill or something like that. The government is a tricky place. It's a sliding scope. Sometimes you have to be super dressed. Sometimes you could be super you're in jeans and people are looking at you like you work for the government.
Yep.
But a hairstylist, unless you really work at home.
Yeah.
There's there's a look. There's a thing about a hairstylist that you can kind of tell. So how does your style intersect with being a hairstylist?
Um, that's a good question. And I worked on a hill, and I did
Okay.
hair on Capitol Hill, so I got a chance to see what conservative really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
looks like working for and doing hair for senators and things like that. So it's like very conservative, but when you're an artist, you're not gonna look like anybody else anyway.
Right,
So
right.
regardless if you wear all black, you wear color. If you're an artist from the inside,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna
This
convey
one's kind
anyway.
of
So that would be my answer to your question.
thanks. Okay. So you work in all types of textured hair,
Yes.
which I think is like amazing because I personally would want, even though I don't have hair. Well, I have a little bit, but even though I don't have really long hair, like I mentioned to somebody today, I would absolutely want to work with a stylist or deal with a stylist that knows how to do any type of hair because I feel like no matter what I want to do, you'd be able to get the best out of my hair.
Uh oh. People are calling. Um, you know what? I was an urban stylist for over 10 years.
Mm.
So I dealt with nothing but braiding, locks, press and curl. I come from that bumper curl
Yes.
type of,
Click, click, time.
the click, click, turn, the Marcel. But I kind of dove into the natural side of it because
Mm.
at the time when I first started doing hair, I wasn't a licensed stylist. I kind of
Okay.
thrust my way into the industry. So as I developed and developed myself as a hairstylist, I decided that I'm very good with texture hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at this, but I want to evolve and be more than just an urban stylist.
Okay.
And so that is what kind of made me gravitate to doing, European hair or
Mm-hmm.
Asian hair or person from another ethnicity that's not African American or
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic. And it was difficult because
Okay.
I was used to the pull
Okay.
and the tightness and the
Okay.
sleekness and
Mm-hmm.
the shine. And with straight hair, you don't have to do as much work,
Okay.
but you can give it that same look. You can give it that same
Mm-hmm.
and make them feel like you would on the urban side. I would say
Oh, that's
that.
cool. So what's the other than visually, what's the difference for your clients? So you're in working with natural hair versus working with people with a straighter texture. Like what other differences would there be? Is there
Time.
time?
Just time.
Okay.
Hair is hair to me.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be, well, I won't touch this type of hair at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Okay.
But now hair is just hair. So I
Okay.
can go into any environment, and if they say I need a blowout or I need a silk press, I'm able to execute that. Or I need a bridal updo, I'm able to execute that. So pretty much just learning how to manipulate every texture
Mm-hmm.
under the sun, then I'm just able to be at the right place at the right time and still be able to execute. So that would be mine.
I like that. What is one thing that you would tell somebody if they asked you
Okay.
about their wardrobe or something that they needed for their wardrobe if they're building a
Building
wardrobe?
a wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say building a wardrobe, definitely gotta have you a good pair of jeans.
Yes.
Not distressed.
Okay.
Like just a classic pair of
Mm-hmm.
jeans. You definitely need you a crisp white collar shirt.
I agree.
Um,
Staples.
a nice pair of pumps.
Yes.
You need a pump. I would say pearl accessories. That would be
Oh,
another
nice.
one of
Very
mine.
classic.
So what else would I say? Uh, you have to have a fedora. You have to have
Yes.
a fly hat.
Yes.
A fly hat, or either my favorite now are fascinators.
Yes.
which
Oh
were
my
really
gosh.
inspired by the royal wedding. So
She wore this awesome fascinator recently. I'll post a picture. No worries. Like it was dope. Like it just looked so pretty on
thank you.
you. The color was like, I mean, that should be a color this season.
I'm really feeling
Yellow.
the
Yeah, the
yellow.
yellow works for you. Like it
Thank
just
you.
kind of radiated both the sun and you. Like
Thank
you so
you.
personality. I like that. Take that, girl.
Thank you.
Um, what is what do you look for? Like with your partner, like in fashion. What's
Mm.
one thing that you would love to see on your partner?
Oh, smile. A smile.
That's cute.
Not even
Yes.
fashion, because I feel like since we've been together, she's really become more fashion forward
Okay.
and more, I guess, a little bit more polished than what
Mhm.
it was. Very like tomboyish, but
Okay.
not too rugged and
Okay.
hard. But it's just like a very soft kind of way.
Okay.
But just kind of like polishing it up, and as I
Cool.
polish myself, it's like we kind of polish
Each
each
other.
other
That's
in,
cute.
in that regard. So
Aw. I don't know if that's gonna happen with me. So
no,
whoever's
put it out
look,
there.
whoever's coming, bring it. Bring it.
Yeah,
No, just
just be all in.
and be yourself.
Be yourself. Be all in, and let's go out and
Have
the
fun.
world out.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So what? This is a good question. I just started asking a couple of people this.
Okay.
If there was a soundtrack to accompany your wardrobe, what's a few artists that would
Ooh.
be
Do
on
I-
that soundtrack?
Do I create my own soundtrack?
Yes, you are creating your own soundtrack.
Oh man. Okay. New Jack City,
Yes.
Soul Food,
Okay.
Boomerang,
Yes.
Jason's
Classics.
lyrics.
Ooh.
Definitely Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Those would be my. That would be those like my favorite off of all those soundtracks and make my own.
Nice.
I'm just saying. So it would go from hardcore rap. It would go from nice slow jam R&B to mid tempo,
Okay.
a little up tempo.
Okay.
But definitely, I'm an R&B girl for sure. So that would be my that. So my favorite songs from off of all of those soundtracks, I would kind of condense them all into my own soundtrack and just make them my own.
Nice. Um, what would today's song be?
Today's song would be I'm gonna have to go with "Grinding All My Life," Nipsey Hustle. I've been I'm just gonna kind of say this because I've been kind of researching him.
Yes.
Since his passing, I wasn't really familiar with his music to the extent like the generation now. But what I will say that he had a message that was so profound to not only younger people, older people, mid-age or whatever, just the nation period. And that song just kind of resonates with me from my upbringing and the things that I've saw in the streets and in business and in culture and dealing with different cultures and life period. It speaks to what is going on right now. So that would be that's one of my theme songs right now.
I love it. Like I feel the same way. I feel like I listened to a few of Nipsey's songs prior to, but his passing really had me thinking, like, let me really research, let me really get into who this man was and his music and kind of figure it out. And that's one of my songs, and Dedication.
Dedication is
Dedication is
definitely
on in the rotation.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, listen, Victory Lap period is
That's
probably
a dope
my
album.
whole that's
That's
gonna
a
be
dope album.
my whole soundtrack for summer 19.
Yes.
Victory Lap.
Yes.
It's just what it is. And here's the thing, I didn't know anything about this guy.
Right.
I didn't know, all I knew was he was a handsome guy with Lauren London.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
I just knew that was Lauren London's boyfriend.
Right.
That was all I knew.
Right.
But I will say, just listening to the whole track, just the pulse of the music, the message, the lyrics, the rhyme, the reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
You it's like he's telling a story.
Yes.
And you can see everything that's happening.
Yep. I agree. What is one thing? No. What is your fashion motto?
Beauty on the go, man. You gotta turn up. If you're gonna be busy, just turn up. Okay. Look good when you step out. Let them know.
I like that.
Yeah, beauty on the go. Yeah, beauty on the go.
Where are you taking your career next?
The deep south for that. I think it's gonna go into diving more into like I don't want to say motivational speaking.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have that feel going, like your Facebook.
Oh,
thanks. I don't follow you on. I don't think I follow you on Twitter. If you're on Twitter,
no,
but
I'm not tweeting.
She should tweet, guys. She should tweet. But the messages that you post on Facebook.
Oh, thanks.
You know, like whether you're in a reflective space at the moment, whenever you post or not, it's always like oh my gosh, I needed that.
Oh,
and so
thanks.
It's very motivational, life coach-esque. So if that's where you're headed, that's good.
Thank you. Good. I just, now I am gearing more towards helping other stylists that are up and coming, because I didn't have that kind of, come on girl, let me take your hand. I just kind of like, my hand was lost to the street. So it was like, I kind of like had to learn as I went, hustle as I go. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm mentoring a couple young ladies, and I'm just like, just reinforcing things that weren't reinforced to me. But if I had to say what I would be doing in the next maybe like 10 years, it would probably be dealing more with mental illness, or helping stylists that are dealing with mental illness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't think until you said that, I don't really think that we even think about that. I mean, we think about people in a general sense, but working with a hairstylist, I realized how I wish that she would often have more days off. Because, you do need to replenish. You're putting your hand in people's hair. You're giving of your energy. You're giving your listening ear. You're giving of yourself in ways that, like we don't even think about. All we're thinking about is, I need my hair done.
Yep. So, that is one of the reasons why I kind of went, I crossed genres, so that I could get my time back. Okay. And it was more so about time. Okay. Now it's about time, because I've already developed myself to a point that I need to have some time to start to develop others. And so one of the things that I kind of discovered about myself as I've been developing is learning about wellness, self-care, health and wellness, and just like dealing with my mental issues. And that was one of the things that I had to understand during my course of just being behind the chair. I was burnt out, and I was very, very I went through a very dark place after my friend passed, and I dealt with depression, and then I found out I had anxiety and PTSD, and those things have actually helped me to break the smoke and mirror that I had built up for myself, with this image that I thought I was supposed to live like or live in. And it just really kind of woke me up to a place where, you know what, I need to start sharing my, story about mental health with people in my industry, because we talk about domestic violence, or we talk about all these other things, but we don't talk about what the stylist is going through. We talk about what the client is going through and what their issues are, but nobody's listening to us, and we're the ones that give the advice. We showing you what we are really the trendsetters. We show you what to put on. We show you how to be fashion forward, how to go to work, how to get a guy, how to get a girl, how to be a mom, how to be a dad. Like, we're all of that. But then we pour out all of ourselves, and then it's like, what is in it for us? And so now my focus is going into more mental health. And just not really like that, going into it from a professional standpoint, just giving stylists some direction to the professional. I'm not the professional. I just want to be the compass or the bridge to kind of like get you the help that you need, whether it's you've lost a spouse, or you're going through divorce, or your child passed, all of those things, and you still gotta pour out yourself, do hair, make this client look good, and you're broken. So those are the things that I wish to do.
That's dope.
Going into further into my career.
That's amazing. You know, like, it always takes like one person to really care about something and put themselves out there. So I'm not a stylist, but on behalf of other people, thank you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I like to ask my guests, well, how would you style me?
How would I style you, girl? You already styled. I'm saying I don't really need to do anything.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
I mean, because I know you, I think that what you like is just what is comfortable on you. What I see. Whether it's matching or it's not matching, whether it's textures, whether it's tones, whether it's whatever, layers. You do all of that in conjunction to what you're feeling. So I think that if I had to style you, I would probably just get you a nice fascinator to just kind of top it off, because it's already done.
I need to get one.
A hat, a little fascinator, or definitely a fedora. You definitely need one of those. A cute hat that fits your head.
I was about to say, I need something, because I realize with not a lot of hair, my head is small.
Okay.
And
what's your favorite color?
And hats drown me. Green.
Green. All right. So I'll be looking to find. I'll find you a fascinator. What green?
Pick a green.
Cali.
That green. Ooh, yes, that's beautiful.
Cali green. Cali green is the business. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Canary yellow and green. Cali green is probably like my favorite.
Those are your favorites? Yes.
In this season, I'm doing a lot of black and white.
So you're adding some color.
Yeah, just a pop. I mean, I'm doing a little black and white. Okay. But I just, I wanted to still be simple. This season, I'm going with very simplistic looks for this year.
That's good.
Yeah, little accessory.
Yeah, you kind of clearing a slate a little bit. I like that. Like a little classic.
Yeah.
A bit of fun. That's
I'm used to gaudy and big chunky, over the top.
I love a little.
I'm over it. I'm simmering down. I'm a simmer. This season I'm a simmer it down, and then maybe in the next season I might turn back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I learned from our conversation so far has been constantly evolve.
You have to.
And, of course we know change is good, but each portion of your life that we talked about, there was an evolution going.
Oh yeah.
And some of us don't even realize when we evolve, but you are very aware of your evolution and how things put together. So, keeping your mind on this evolution. That's what I'm getting. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Yes.
And I felt good to kind of like tell the actual story.
Yes.
So that more people can kind of understand.
Yes.
Because some
Thank
people,
you for sharing.
they don't understand. It's
Right.
like,
Right.
oh girl, that's just tick.
Yeah.
But then it's like you don't understand the backstory.
Right.
And then
Right.
once you get to understand it, it's like, oh, okay.
I agree. Like there's so many stories behind our favorites.
Oh yeah.
Although social media would have us think that there are, everything's like this face value point, but it's not. It's stories behind the deeper people, because there are people that are just doing it for the gram, and then there are people like you just living life and being yourself. And I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
Thank
well,
you.
The way I am on Instagram is the way I am in person.
She's correct.
And I would just say, moving forward, just, break that smoke and mirror of yourself or the image that you think you're supposed to be, and just authentically be who you are called to be. I think that is what allowed me to evolve and made me evolve.
I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, tell my folks how we can find you.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Hair Creations, and that's HAIRKRE, the number 8 IONS.
Yes. Go visit her and talk with her, because she's awesome. Thank you so much, love.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.